You ready? I'm ready. The Playmakers Bar Podcast present Hoops Talk, hosted by Darnell the Playmaker Sallins. NBA, college basketball, playoffs, March Madness. No matter what, we talking hoops, man. Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Your boy Darnell the Playmaker Sallins back for another week of talking hoops, man. Hoops Talks right here. Thank y'all for joining me. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, iTunes right now, enjoy this episode, and afterwards, subscribe and leave a rate and review of the podcast and let us know how you think of the podcast. Now, we have gotten through week 1 of the NBA restart. And the best thing about the restart, no positive test for the coronavirus thus far. That is huge news. That is great news. But I'm not going to dive into that today. I'm going to dive into week 1. Some of the shockers that happened in week 1. Some of the surprises that happened in week 1. I got a little concern about a team and a couple of teams inside the bubble. Got some concerns I'm going to get into. And then we're going to dive for a look at it week 2. Make some predictions for Thursdays and Fridays games. And that'll be that. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first off, week 1 is in the books, as I said earlier. We got through week 1 with good notice. We have some great basketball games. We have some head scratchers too. So we kicked it off with the Utah Jazz and the New Orleans Pelicans, followed by the battle for LA between the Lakers and the Clippers. Jazz took down the Pelicans. Zion didn't play much. That's one concern right there. The Lakers took down the Clippers for a second consecutive time. Some interesting things going on with both LA teams, but neither here or there right now. And then that Friday, we had the Orlando Magic take care of the Brooklyn Nets, as I predicted. The Portland Trailblazers took care of Memphis. We got some concerns with Memphis as well. The Phoenix Suns, one of the most surprising teams inside the bubble right now, took down the lonesome Washington Wizards. I don't even know why they're still playing at this moment, but I digress for the moment. Milwaukee and Boston put on a thriller as Milwaukee took it. Sacramento and San Antonio, they put on a good display, but San Antonio took it. Houston and Dallas put on a good show, and must admit, Dallas is kind of concerning me right about now. Bearman, you might need to go talk to your boys in the Mavericks. Kind of concerning. I got some concerns about the Mavericks here. And then on August 1st, the Miami Heat finally had their debut against the Denver Nuggets, who had their debut. Come to find out, the Denver Nuggets didn't have 3 of their starters, and Miami took full advantage of it. Then Utah had their second game against Oklahoma City Thunder, who were just getting ready to play, and Utah did not show up in that game. Don't know why. They ain't show up in the other game either. But I'm going to save it. The Clippers handled business against the Pelicans. The Philadelphia 76ers got beaten by Indiana team, in which a guy named T.J. Warner dropped 53 points in that game. I'm going to come back to Philly. The defending champs, who apparently a lot of people forgot who was the defending champs in the Toronto Raptors, gave it to the Lakers on August 1st. They just gave it to them on August 1st. Let's just be real. Then we get to August 2nd. Brooklyn Nets handled their business. They took care of the Washington Wizards. Portland and Boston was a damn good game. Jason Tatum got himself a haircut. Dropped 30. And a win for the Boston Celtics over the Portland Trailblazers. Memphis continues to struggle because they lost to another team that's chasing them in the San Antonio Spurs, who, by the way, was trying to keep the playoff streak alive. They at 21. They're trying to keep it going at 22. We're going to see. It's getting interesting for that 8th spot in the West. It's getting very interesting. Sacramento Kings took one on the 10 to the Orlando Magic, but at the end of the day, Orlando took a bigger hit with Jonathan Isaac being hurt and going down with a torn ACL. That's a huge loss for my Orlando Magic, man. And I was, like most Magic fans, we were happy. They handled business against Brooklyn. They handled business against Sacramento. Jonathan Isaac goes down. And then next thing you know, we had to play two teams that are already in the playoffs. But I'm going to talk about that when I get there. Milwaukee Bucks and the Houston Rockets got together and, man, I mean, Giannis. What's going on, man? That was y'all game to win. That was y'all game to win, and y'all let James Harden and Russell Westbrook take it from you. That's just a darn shame. But that's not the only bad news from Milwaukee. I got another one coming up. We get August 3rd. Toronto and Miami. Toronto handle business, as they should. So gets the defending champs. So put some respect on the Raptors' name. Now, we get to Denver and Oklahoma City. Still without their 3 stars as the Denver Nuggets. They took care of business in overtime over the Thunder, which was surprising. I had OKC. But Michael Porter Jr. and the Joker, Nikola Jokic, both with 30-point double-doubles. So, hey, there's nothing I can do on that one. In the end, they did what they needed to do against the Wizards. It's a thing with Washington. I'm pretty sure y'all got it by now. So, it is what it is. I don't have nothing to say about Washington. I really don't. And then we get to Memphis versus New Orleans. It is John Morant versus Zion Williamson. And what game does Alvin Gentry let Zion Williamson go off? He let him go off in this game. 23 points, and all of a sudden the Memphis Grizzlies dropped a third straight to a third team that is chasing them for the AC. They dropped all 3 of their games so far. And they got even bigger problems because Jarrett Jackson Jr. is done for the season with a torn meniscus. It just don't get any better for Memphis from this point. So if you're a Memphis Grizzlies fan, you better pray to God. Pray for strength. Pray for healing. Pray for some luck, some favor, anything. Because it's not going to get any better from here. I'm just letting y'all know that now. San Antonio Spurs went up against the Philadelphia 76ers. 76ers handled their business, but was not impressive because San Antonio don't even have all their horses. So something's going on in Philly. I don't know. Something's going on in Philly. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get to Philly, but something's going on there. I don't know what it is. The Lakers, after they took one to the chin, they put one to the chin of the Utah Jazz, and the Utah Jazz ended up dropping 2 straight. So that's what we at right now. August 4th. I did say going into the restart that Brooklyn wasn't going to have Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan, and some more players. They did sign Jamal Crawford, who played 6 minutes in this game that I'm about to talk about. And yet, they still beat the Milwaukee Bucks. Did I miss something here? Because Milwaukee, you have not clinched the 1 seed. Even though pretty much the 1 seed probably really don't matter because there's no home court advantage unless you're Orlando. And yeah, we're not even close to half of the best teams in the NBA. Just keeping it real. So, yeah. Word is they wasted some starters, so what? It's the Brooklyn Nets. They don't got nobody. Jamal Crawford barely played 6 minutes. And they still beat... Matter of fact, Caris LeVert didn't even play. Caris LeVert did, but he didn't even play that much. Jarrett Allen didn't even play and they still beat y'all. What in the hell, Brooklyn? What the hell? What the hell, Milwaukee? What the hell? Matter of fact, that was just the beginning of August 4th craziness. The Dallas Mavericks finally decided to win a game in the bubble. They had to go in overtime to beat the Sacramento Kings. Oh, it gets even better. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and the LA Clippers. Oh, how y'all like that taste in y'all mouth right now? Because Devin Booker sent y'all at the goddamn buzzer. That goddamn Phoenix Sun beat the LA Clippers at the buzzer because of Devin freaking Booker. Oh, my goodness. Look at it. And, oh, my goodness. I digress. My matches, we took one on the chin as expected to Indiana. We lost Donovan. That's a huge loss for our defense. Our defensive side of the ball. And, yeah, TJ Warren is going off. He scored 53 points against Philly, as I mentioned earlier. He scored 30 in the other game. He scored 32 more in this game against my Magic. So, TJ Warren is going off. That's all I got to say. He's just going off. And then Boston. Let me get this right. Everybody talks about top contenders in the East. They might even bring up Boston and Milwaukee. They forget about Toronto, but Toronto reminded them who the defending champs are. They saying Miami's up and coming, but they ain't there yet, even though they got Jimmy Butler. Nah, we got that squared away. No Jimmy Butler for the Miami Heat in this game. None whatsoever. And Boston still decides to lose to Miami anyway. Jason Tatum did score like 23 points. Jaylen Brown did score like 20-something points. But Duncan Robinson, a sniper. Tyler Hero, a sniper. Goran Dragic, hell of a point guard. Bam Adebayo, one of the most improved players in the NBA. Outdid y'all. Interesting to know. Very interesting to know. Brad Stevens, get your boys together, man. I know y'all got Kemba working on some minute restrictions. Y'all slowly trying to bring it back. I get all that. Get your boys together, though. And then that brings us to Houston and Portland. The Houston Rockets led by James Harden, Russell Westbrook and the crew, against Dame Dollar, CJ McCollum and the crew. Houston had the game. They had it. And all of a sudden, Carmelo Anthony, he's back. He's clutch Melo. He's clutch Melo in this bubble. He's clutch Melo in this restart. Melo is clutch. And the more times he been clutch, the more time Portland is winning. So guess what? Portland Trailblazers beat the Houston Rockets. Now that we got that out the way, let me grab a quick drink right here real quick. Now, I did say I have some concerns. And some surprises. Let's start off with the surprises. Surprises is number one. TJ Warren. The man was traded from Phoenix for a cash consideration to the Indiana Pacers. If he ain't motivated, I don't know what motivation is, because this dude, as I said earlier, dropped 53 points in the opening restart game against the Philadelphia 76ers. And then he followed up with 2 more 30-point games after that. He has scored 30 points in every 3 games that Indiana has played so far. This guy here is going off. Can he keep it going when it's playoff time? That's the question. Oladipo, they resting all the people because he's still coming back from a quad injury. But Indiana's making the case of a team that you might not want to see in the playoffs because this might get you. Speaking of a team that just might get you, over to the Western Conference, Memphis still controls the 8th seed, surprisingly. But I don't think they're gonna make it. I have legit concerns about the Memphis Tigers. They one of 3 teams who have never won a seeding game in this bubble, along with the Sacramento Kings and the Washington Wizards, which means I don't even know why. Washington still is not mathematically out of it, but they should be. So this is the only time I'm going to talk about the Wizards like this. So y'all Wizards fans, y'all better enjoy this second of fame that y'all finna get from me, because y'all done. It is over. Y'all don't have John Wall. Y'all don't have Bradley Beal. I don't even know why y'all still playing. Y'all should just let Hachimura and the rest of the crew just go home and rest. Let them be with the family. I don't see them winning the game. And if they do win the game, I gotta scratch my head. How? I love Hachimura. I do. I love him at Kazaka. I love him. I want to see him do well. But not this season. This is not the season for this. This season is done. This season is over for the Washington Wizards. Let these boys go home. Okay? Stop wasting their time with these seeding games in which they are not going to make it. They are 7.5 games behind my Orlando Magic. They are 8 games behind the Brooklyn Nets. And they haven't won a game yet. Both Miami and Brooklyn are 2-1. And both of them beat Washington already. Send the Wizards home. Let them be with their family. Let them get healthy, okay? They don't need to be here with COVID going on, away from family, when they know they're not going to make it. The only way they make it is both Brooklyn and Orlando have a huge collapse for the rest of the seeding games and Washington wins out. Which I don't see happening because Washington's next game is it against Zion Williamson and the Pelicans? Do we really believe that the Wizards going to beat Zion Williamson and the Pelicans? If Zion Williamson going to play the minutes that he's supposed to be playing, count the Wizards out. That's like 0-4, 0-3 right there. That is it. Just let them go home. Let them do what they need to do. Let them be with their family. Let them be husbands and fathers and stuff. Washington is done. That's all I got to say. Washington is done. It's over. Now, back to Memphis. You already lost 3 games. The first one was to Portland. The second one was to San Antonio. And the third one was to New Orleans. Which all three of them are chasing you for the 8th spot in the West. Your record right now is 32-36. Portland is 31-38 right now. San Antonio is 29-37 and New Orleans is 29-30. The only reason why you still alive right now is because you have a better winning percentage and a better record right now. But let San Antonio and Portland keep doing what they doing. Yeah, you ain't gonna make it. There's only one spot left because the Mavericks, even though they didn't win the game until play Sacramento, actually end up clinching a playoff spot because Memphis was losing like ridiculously. Like Memphis can't finish. They had the lead against Portland, they blew it. They had the lead against San Antonio, they blew it. I ain't watched the New Orleans game, so I don't know if they had a lead a lot. But you get the point. And now you lost, as people call him, Triple J, Jared Jackson III for the rest of the year. That puts more pressure on John Morant. Like he need more pressure at this moment in time. It's already pressure enough that you're trying to hold the 8th spot and you pretty much playing everybody that's chasing you. And now you lose one of your sidekicks. Not good. Not very good at all. And matter of fact, y'all next game is against Oklahoma City. Should I count that as another L? Because CP3, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and the Thunder are not playing games. They fighting for the 4th seed, possibly the third seed. They only a half a game behind for the 4th seed and 2.5 games behind for the 3rd seed. Oklahoma City, they coming to play. They not playing games. They coming to play. So, do I need to count that as another L for the Memphis Grizzlies? Good Lord have mercy. And then you got New Orleans playing Sacramento. That's a game that's a game that I think New Orleans can win. You got Portland and Denver. That's gonna be a good game. Portland, Denver might take that one because I want to say they starters should be back. They've been out for like 3-4 consecutive games right now. They starters should be back, especially Jamal Murray. So Denver might give you a little cushion on that one. San Antonio plays Utah. You can flip a coin on that one because what Greg Popovich coaches that team. San Antonio's in every damn game. Don't even matter who you is. Memphis in trouble. I'm sorry. Memphis, Tennessee, I'm sorry. Y'all in trouble. I don't see y'all keeping the 8th seed. I don't even see y'all keeping the 9th seed. As of right now, it might be San Antonio and Portland playing each other for a play-in. That's the way I'm leading there right now. Because this right here, y'all got a tall task to go. But staying in the West, because surprises the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns has won all 3 games of they restart. They have won every game they restart. So they have beaten. Let's see. They have beaten the Washington Wizards. That's a gimme. They beaten the Dallas Mavericks. Surprising. I don't know how Dallas lost that game, but they did. And as I mentioned earlier, Devin Booker sunk the LA Clippers at the buzzer. I mean, look. The Phoenix Suns, they have came to play some ball. They fighting too. They are 3 games out of the 8th spot. So they in the mix too. At 29-39, they in the mix too. And they next game, you looking at, when is their next game? Their next game is, Indiana. That's a tough one. TJ Warren facing his old team. Okay. That's going to be an interesting one. Is that game being televised? No, it's not. God dog, they need to televise that game. That's going to be a damn good game. But I digress. Now, let me go back over to these because I did say I have some concerns. One team in particular. Because I already talked about my Magic because we lost Jonathan Knight, so I don't need to dive into that no more. I talked about Washington enough. I already talked about Brooklyn and what they got. My main concern in the goddamn East, as a team up north, the team that located in Pennsylvania, and it has a great talent of Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris. I ain't gonna say much more, but what the blue hell's going on with the Philadelphia 76ers? Somebody tell me something, please. Please tell me something. This team has the talent to be, and when the season began, people talked about Philly a lot. Milwaukee, Philly, Boston. After every season. The East begins with Milwaukee, Boston, Philly. We are at the NBA restart. We're talking about Milwaukee, Boston. Toronto has reminded us who the champs are, and Miami. Philly is not even in that damn conversation no more. What the hell's going on with Philly? You let TJ, I'm going to say this one more time. You let TJ Warner hit you with a 53-piece. You come back the next game and you barely beat a short-handed Spurs team by 2 points. I love my Spurs. I love Pop. But I got to keep it real. They don't have LaMarcus Aldridge. Yeah, they got Rudy Gay. He's on the other side. They got DeMar DeRozan. He can still ball. Everybody else is young. Philly has Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Josh Richardson, and y'all. Look, is it because y'all away from Philly that y'all not interested? Is it because y'all can't stand each other while y'all can't play with each other? I don't know what it is. But my goodness, Philly is the 6th seed in the East right now. Philly is the 6th seed in the East right now. They're gonna keep the 6th seed because Orlando and Brooklyn, they like 8 games behind them, so they can be able to keep the 6th seed. They're going to stay in the 6th seed because I don't see them catching Indiana either. And even though Indiana's a game and a half ahead of them. The way Philly plays, Look, I'm going to tell you this right now. I was on Snowman, and even Snowman said this song. I agree with Snowman, Brian Snow, Snowman in the morning. I will be back on his show more regularly. But I'm got to say this right here. Philadelphia 76ers. Whether it is the Miami Heat or whether it's the Boston Celtics, y'all gonna get beat. And y'all got Al Horford too. I just thought about that. As soon as I said Boston, Al Horford's with the Philadelphia 76ers. What is this? Brett Brown, what are you doing? Joel Embiid, why you getting Nate Charles Richardson for? Al Horford, you ain't, what are you, how many minutes are you getting? How well are you playing with the minutes you're getting? Ben Simmons. Are you figuring out that the 4 is actually more physical than you thought it would be? I'm just saying. But right now, don't matter if it's Miami or Boston, Philadelphia, y'all getting out the first round unless I see some changes in the next 4 to 5 games of this season. Because Miami just beat Boston without Jimmy Butler. I just said that earlier. There goes that. And Boston, you know they're gonna be pissed after that, and they're gonna start playing some ball. And Kevin Walker is slowly creeping up. So the more minutes Kemba Walker gets, the more damage he's going to do. Just throwing that out there. But Philly! Let me think. Kemba's on minute restriction. Jimmy Butler has an ankle injury. Victor Oladipo has a quad injury. Toronto is fully healthy. Milwaukee's fully healthy. And Philly's fully healthy. Out of the 16 I just talked about, 3 of them healthy and 1 of them is Philadelphia. And yet they're the 6th seed. I don't know what to tell you. This is ridiculous. This is really ridiculous here. So, look, that's all I got. Those are my concerns and surprises of the first week of the NBA restart so far. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, after you listen from word from my sponsors, we're going to come back and we're going to dive into week 2 of the NBA season. Hope you're enjoying the episodes you listened to so far, and if you are, take a quick listen to this. If you ever thought about starting your own podcast because you love to talk, you love to debate, you want to get your thoughts out there to the world, but you got questions. How do I distribute it? How do I record it? How do I get it to host? There's only one answer for you, and that's Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it is 100% free. Not only 100% free, but easy to use. So if you want to go ahead and start that podcast and get your brand out there, go to anchor.fm/start. Again, that is anchor.fm/start to go ahead and start on your brand right here, right now. So what you waiting on? Get on it. All right, we're back. Thank you for continuing to tune in to Hoops Talk with the Playmaker. So we got through week 1. Let's look at week 2. Week 2, we got some good matchups. And these matchups for this week is really going to show who wants and who doesn't as we get closer to the playoffs. So starting today, August 6th, New Orleans and Sacramento, 1 p.m. NBA TV. Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks, 4 p.m. ABC. I will be watching that game. Indiana Pacers, Phoenix Suns, 4 p.m. The Los Angeles Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks, 6:30 p.m. TNT. I will be watching that game too. Portland Trail Blazers, Denver Nuggets, 8 o'clock. Can't watch that game. Then the nightcap is the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Houston Rockets, 9 p.m. TNT. You got great matchups, and you can watch 4 of them. You can watch Zion Williamson versus De'Aaron Fox to start off the day at 1:30. You can watch Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat take on Giannis and the Bucks at 4 on ABC. You can watch Kawhi Leonard and Paul George take on Kristaps Porzingis and Luka Doncic in the Mavs, 6:30 on TNT, and then the nightcap on TNT. LeBron James, AD versus Russell Westbrook and James Harden. What a way to kick off week 2. And then tomorrow, Friday, August 7th, we have the Utah Jazz and the San Antonio Spurs kicking off the day at 1 p.m. And then 4 o'clock, NBA TV, Oklahoma City Thunder take on the Memphis Grizzlies, 5 p.m. Sacramento and Brooklyn get together. 6:30 on TNT, my Orlando Magic got to take on those don't know what's going on Philadelphia 76ers. 8 p.m. the Washington Wizards take on the New Orleans Pelicans, and I'm looking at the nightcap for tomorrow. Boston Celtics take on the defending champ Toronto Raptors on TNT. So we have CP3 and the crew looking to continue the struggles of John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies at 4 p.m. NBA TV. Now you can turn the TNT for your Friday night doubleheader as my Magics will look to try to regroup after the John Isaac injury, but hey, we playing the San Francisco. We don't know what San Francisco thing we gonna get, so that might be a win for us. I'm just gonna say that right there. And then Boston versus Toronto, a great rivalry in the Eastern Conference. Battle for seeding. Jaylen Brown, Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum against Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, Serge Ibaka, and the defending champs. And then we get to the weekend. The weekend beginning on Saturday, August 8th. The LA Clippers and the Portland Trail Blazers, 1 p.m. on TNT. Ooh. And then after that game, still on TNT, the Utah Jazz and the Denver Nuggets, 3:30. And following that game at 6 p.m. on TNT, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Indiana Pacers. In 7:30, you'll have Phoenix Suns take on the Miami Heat, and then your nightcap will be on ESPN at 8:30. Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Dallas Mavericks. So you have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George against Dame Dollar, CJ McCollum and the crew to kick off your Saturday, which is going to be interesting. Following that, you got Spider Mitchell taking on Nikola Jokic. It's Jazz and Nuggets in the West. Seeding battle. LeBron James and AD and the Lakers, they get their shot at TJ Warren and possibly a Victor Oladipo when they take on the Pacers. Ooh. Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker and the crew against Jimmy Butler and the Heat. And then Giannis takes his shot at the duo of Kristaps Porzingis and Luka Doncic. Some games right there. You got some games right there. Sunday. Who doesn't want a good lineup for Sunday? August 9th, Washington Wizards, Oklahoma City Thunder, 12:30 p.m. 2 p.m., the Memphis Grizzlies taking on the defending champ Toronto Raptors. Memphis fans, I told y'all, it doesn't get any better than this. It's not going to get any better. It's not. Y'all, look, real quick. I just came on here. I just told y'all got to deal with OKC Nets. And after you get done dealing with OKC, you got to take on the defending champs after that. Bruh, it's tough being a Memphis Grizzlies fan right now. It's going to be tough being a Memphis fan right now. I'm telling you that right now. All right, back to the schedule for Sunday. 3:30. The first national televised game for the day is on ABC as the San Antonio Spurs take on Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans. Pop. DeMar DeRozan, Alvin Gentry, Zion Williamson, 3 p.m. ABC. Let's get it. 5 p.m. my Orlando Magic will take on the Boston Celtics. we'll see how that goes after we get through the gauntlet that we got to get through. So, and that gauntlet continues against Boston, apparently. All right, yo, NBA TV game for Sunday is the Philadelphia 76ers against the Portland Trailblazers. And let me tell you this right now. If Philadelphia lose to my matches, they turn around and lose to Portland, they're going to be in so much trouble. Even though they're going to be in the playoffs, they're going to be in so much trouble. Even Philly fans going to look at them and be like, yo, we can't deal with y'all. We can't deal with y'all. Y'all just too much. Y'all really is too much. That's 6:30 on NBA TV. 8 o'clock, Houston Rockets, Sacramento Kings. Kind of interesting. I want to see how De'Aaron Fox do against the likes of James Harden and Russell Westbrook. I wish I could watch that game, but that's not nationally televised, so we'll see. The nightcap is the Brooklyn Nets versus the LA Clippers, which is, I don't know why that's the nightcap on NBA TV at 9 p.m., but nevertheless, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, they should be able to handle business on that. And then we get to that following Monday, August 10th. Oklahoma City versus the Phoenix Suns at 2:30 to kick off Monday, which is, that is good. Chris Paul and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus Devin Booker. Let's go. NBA TV got you at 3 p.m. with the Dallas Mavericks and the Utah Jazz. Luka versus Spider Mitchell. I'm down for that. 6:30 p.m. Not being televised, which is a shame. The defending champ Toronto Raptors against Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks. It's the 1 versus 2 seeds going in. Y'all gotta televise that, man. Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam, Serge Ibaka, Fred VanVleet against Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, our return of Eric Bledsoe, George Hill and the crew. Come on, man. That's a game to look at for Monday. 8 p.m. Indiana Pacers, Miami Heat. That's another game to look at. Come on now. The way TJ Warren balling, a healthy load of people we hoping for against Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn, and let's go. Come on. But TNT will be showing the Denver Nuggets take on the LA Lakers, which is a damn good game. Hopefully Jamal Murray will be healthy. The other two stars, Harris, will be healthy. They do got the Joker still, and you talking about LeBron James, Anthony Davis, a 1 versus 3 matchup. That's something to look forward to, though. Monday night. I might have to skip out on Monday Night Raw. I might do the double TV thing on that one. I might have to put Raw on the smaller TV and put the Nuggets and Lakers on the big TV. I just might have to do that because that's how big that game is for me right there. Denver and the Lakers. I like it. That's your Monday schedule. Your Tuesday schedule. August 11th. Opening up with the Brooklyn Nets and Orlando matches at 1 p.m. round 2. Orlando took round 1. Round 2 is on the 11th. We'll see how that goes. NBA TV will have Houston versus San Antonio. Ooh, the battle for Texas. James Harden, Russell Westbrook against Coach Popovich. I like it. 4:30 p.m. Phoenix Suns versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Depending on how Phoenix is playing on to that point and how Philly is playing to that point, we gonna see what we gonna look at. Portland Trail Blazers versus the Dallas Mavericks. I'm looking forward to that game. Luka Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis against, Dame Dollar, CJ McCullough, Carmelo Anthony. I'm looking forward to that. 6:30 p.m. on TNT. Like I said, Memphis fans, your struggle is going to continue because after you get done playing the defending champs, you turn around, you got to play the Boston Celtics. I mean, it's not looking good for you guys. I'm just going to tell you that. It's not looking good for you guys. Oh my gosh. You got Toronto and Boston back. Oh my God. Memphis. I'm going to pray for y'all guys. I'm going to pray for you guys in Memphis. I'm going to pray for you guys. It's going to be a struggle. 9 p.m. on TNT, New Orleans Pelicans versus the Sacramento Kings. So, Zion versus De'Aaron Fox. Again, something to look at. 9 p.m. not being televised. The Milwaukee Bucks and the Washington Wizards is not going to be televised for so many good reasons. I already talked about Washington. I ain't going to talk about it no more. And then the cap off week 2 of the NBA Reach always be Wednesday, August the 12th. Indiana versus Houston, 4 p.m. on NBA TV. T.J. Warren, below the people against Russell Westbrook, James Harden. I can get down with that. The Toronto Raptors take on the Philadelphia 76ers, 6:30 ESPN. The defending champs against the 76ers. Even though they don't have Kawhi Leonard, but I'm pretty sure they're going to revisit that shot a lot for Philly. And Philly better answer. They better do something. 8 p.m. Miami versus OKC. Jimmy Butler against Chris Paul. I like that matchup. I like it. I wish I could watch it, but I like it. It's not televised, but I like it. Your ESPN doubleheader would be finished off with the Clippers versus the Nuggets. Ooh. Jamal Murray, the Joker against Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Ooh. Well, that's your schedule for week 2, though. And now, since I gave you the schedule for week 2, let me go ahead and make some picks for Thursdays for today's game and tomorrow's games. That way y'all can keep track. I had my struggles, but I'm above 500, which is good. I'm above 500, and I'm going to keep it going. So for today, you can give me New Orleans Pelicans over the Sacramento Kings. I don't know this. I want to say Jimmy Butler's going to play for Miami, but I think what's going on here, I think Giannis is going to need to bounce back from this. So I'm going to take Giannis and the Bucks over the Heat. Indiana versus Phoenix, 2 of the hottest teams in the bubble. Both have not lost a seeding game yet. And T.J. Warren playing against his former team, and he's going ham. But Phoenix is playing great together. Devin Booker's balling. Give me Indiana. I'm gonna roll with that hot hand T.J. Warren. Give me Indiana over the Phoenix Suns. L.A. Clippers against the Dallas Mavericks, 6:30 TNT tonight. Give me the Clippers. I think Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, they're gonna make up for being sunk by Devin Booker. They're gonna make up for it and they're gonna put it on Dallas. Give me the Clippers. Portland Trail Blazers dumping the Nuggets, 8 p.m. I want to believe Jamal Murray's playing. I want to believe they're gonna get their starters back. I want to believe all that. I'm taking Portland though, because they got their big man back. They got Zach Collins back. Carmelo Anthony is clutch. Dame Dollar still Dame Dollar. CJ McCullough still CJ McCullough. That team there is playing their butts off, and they're going to continue to play it. I'm going to take the upset. I'm going to take the Portland Trail Blazers over the Denver Nuggets. I'm going to take Portland. And then the nightcap on TNT, LA Lakers versus the Houston Rockets tonight, 9 p.m. James Harden, Russell Westbrook, they want to bounce back from that loss to Portland. The LA Lakers, they already clinched the 1 seed, so they could rest their players. But do they want to do that? They had a 4-month layoff. So this is going to be interesting here. I'm gonna say Rainbow do not waste his starters. They're gonna keep rolling. I'm gonna take the Lakers. I don't like the Lakers. I hate picking the Lakers. I can't stand saying that. But I'm gonna pick the Lakers over the Houston Rockets on that one. So those are my Thursday picks here. That's my Thursday picks. New Orleans, Milwaukee, Indiana, Clippers, Portland, Lakers. Those are my Thursday picks. Let's get to my Friday's pick. Utah versus San Antonio to kick off Friday. Kick off tomorrow. Ooh, that's a tough one. You know what? I love Pop. And I'm going to roll with Pop. I'm going to ride or die with the Spurs here. I'm going San Antonio. I'm going to ride or die. 4 p.m. OKC versus Memphis. I don't see how Memphis overcome that loss of Jaren Jackson. I'm going to take OKC. I'm going to take Chris Paul and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Sacramento Kings versus the Brooklyn Nets. This is a tough one. So Jamal Crawford plays 6 minutes, injures the hamstring. Don't see him ready no time soon. Jared Allen, he might be back. They just rested him for the other game, but he should be back. Cringes LeVert, yeah. Sacramento King got some dogs. De'Aaron Fox is a dog. They got Boban Donovich from Utah. That boy's a dog. Give me Sacramento, man. I'm gonna take the Kings. I'm gonna give the Kings a chance. I'm taking Sacramento over Brooklyn. My Orlando Magic versus the Philadelphia 76ers. That's just 30 on TNT. I don't see us recovering from losing Jonathan Isaac. I don't see it. I'm going to take Philly. If Philly loses this game, There's a lot of questions that got to be asked. I feel like I already asked some of them. If they lose this game, in my imagine there's gonna be a lot more questions to ask. Brent Brown, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, all y'all. If y'all lose to my Magic, I'm not even picking my Magics here. Come on now, how objective more can I be? I'm not even picking my Magics to win. I'm picking Philly. Washington versus New Orleans, 8 p.m. New Orleans, ain't much to say about that. And then the nightcap on TNT, Boston Celtics versus defending champ Toronto Raptors. Oof. Talking about another team who haven't lost a seeding game in the Toronto Raptors, the defending champs. That team can play. That team is balling. But Boston got to show something. Boston got to show something to me. Give me Boston. Give me Boston. Give me Boston. I'm going to take Boston. So my Friday's pick. I'm taking San Antonio. I'm taking Oklahoma City. I'm taking Sacramento, Philly, New Orleans, and Boston. Those are my picks for Thursdays and Fridays picks. That's it. That's all I got for you today. Oh, no. By the way, hold on. Report came out that Mike Budenholzer for the Bucks, head coach for the Bucks, and Billy Donovan, head coach for the Oklahoma City Thunder, will be Coach of the Year award winners. I had no problem with Mike Budenholzer because it seems Milwaukee is always at the top of the league. He says he been there. We ain't got Giannis. No problem. I understand what they're trying to do with Billy Donovan and OKC because they are in the playoffs. They have clinched the playoff spot. But how in the blue hell y'all did not get this to Nick Nurse? It's beyond me. Nick Nurse, the head coach of the Toronto Raptors, the defending, reigning champions, still can't get no respect around here. It's unbelievable. This team is in the same position as they was last year when they won the third thing with Kawhi Leonard. They don't have Kawhi Leonard. They don't have Danny Green, and they still doing their damn thing. What is the respect for the defending champs? It amazes me that you can put on social media the Toronto Raptors, the defending reigning world champions, are underrated. How is a world champion underrated? I don't get that. Nick Nurse should be coach of the year. Nick Nurse is my coach of the year. He should be the NBA coach of the year too. I had to get that off my chest before I get out of here. Because just remember, the disrespect to the world champion. It's the reason why the world champions are playing like they is. Y'all disrespecting the world champions. I don't understand that. But it is what it is. Y'all want to do that. Y'all want to piss these guys off and have them win another one. Y'all do that. But last time I checked, the Larry O'Brien Trophy resides up north in Canada. Now, that's all I got for y'all today. I thank y'all for tuning in. We still doing a giveaway, so subscribe to the website, theplaymakersblog.com. Subscribe to the website, enter a chance to win free Playmakers Blog merch of your choosing. We have 2 online stores, a Threadless store and a Spreadshirt store. Visit any one of them and buy you some Playmaker Blog merch if you don't want to enter the contest. Nevertheless, visit our website anyway, playmakersblog.com. Keep up with all your latest news and notes and everything you need to know. For what we got going on here at the Playmakers Blog. Other than that, thank you guys. I'm about to get up out of here. I'm finna continue to enjoy some basketball. Hope y'all continue to enjoy it as well. Get at me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Playmaker20, D20 Playmaker. You will find me. And we can chat up anything you want to talk about. Darnell Playmaker Sallins is signing off up out of here. Talk to y'all next week.
Thank you guys so very much for taking time out of your day to chill with me on Hoops Talk. And if you enjoyed today's episode on today, go ahead and head to our website, theplaymakersblog.com, and subscribe to the website to stay up to date with everything that goes on here at the Playmakers Blog, from blog posts to podcast episodes. And you can go ahead and shop for your Playmakers Blog merch. Just hit that shop tab, and you can either go to our Threadless store or our Spreadshirt store to get your Playmakers Blog merch. If you're listening on iTunes, please leave a review and drop a rating for the podcast that you just listened to on today. We'll greatly appreciate it. And if you're looking for other ways to listen to us, we on TuneIn Radio, we on Spotify, we on Stitcher, we are on Speaker, iHeartRadio, and many other main platforms that you listen to your podcast. Until then, the Playmaker signing off. Until next week for Hoops Talk.